I just want to quickly show you my microphone that I use for my YouTube videos and for my streams over on Twitch. This is the Elgato Wave 3. It's a really, really good mic, and it's very, very simple to use as well, especially for someone like me, right? Now, what I like about it most, right, it's got very, very easy and clear sort of functionality on it. Now, you can have a nice little mute button there by tapping the top, as you see me do. You got the nice, easy to use dials at the front there to control all the volume and the gain and all sorts of other stuff there. You've got a nice little pop filter on the front there for hygiene reasons, so if you're getting a little bit salty, you got that shield in the place right there. And behind here, we got the USB-C connection, right? So that goes into there, and then it goes into USB on your computer, right? Or your laptop, or wherever you're going to be plugging it, right? A very, very simple design, very high quality sound, and super, super easy to use. If you do want to check this one out, I will leave a link in the description of the video. I highly recommend this microphone, and of course, all the other products as well. All right, let's get into the battles. What's up with you? For today's video, with a full shot moves Pokemon team. We got Anchor Shot, Gunk Shot, Mud Shot, PIMPNITE Shot, Scale Shot, Searing Shot, Snipe Shot, String Shot, Tar Shot. It's like I was doing the Pokedex. The move that wasn't in there, though, was Magnet Shot. So that one was actually not included in the game, and Magneton is crying. All right, we got two battles today. The first battle here was the Coop Scoop, and we got a very gassy lead here, which is the Weezing. Now, on my team, I had to absolutely pick 4 Pokemon because there's 4 signature shot moves in the Pokemon game. So I've got my Gastron here as the lead. We got String Shot, Mud Shot, Recover, and Sandstorm. I will note here, I only did damage with the moves that have shot in the name. I did include some status moves to help me out with the strategy, as per usual what I do on these teams. So we've got a Timid Gastron, yes, Timid Gastron, with a max speed and max special attack. I've also got that nice smooth rock there. Just rubbing this little rock at the moment. I've actually got a rock in my room. Don't ask me why, but I do. It's very smooth. Anyway, that's going to extend the Sandstorm 8 turns, right? Now, this actually can go 2 ways here. I get critted by the Strange Steam, or I take this Weezing out with the Mud Shot there. Mud Shot does pretty good damage. It's very, very low base power. Now, I've got the ability Sand Force, so it will actually boost the power of that move, but even so, it doesn't do a lot of damage there, right? So I'm going to leave the next Strange Steam, which is very, very good, firing off the Mud Shot here, and that will be enough to take out Gassy the Weezing, which is a nice solid start to the battle right there. Now, I do have the option here of going for a swap, but I'm thinking, well, Gastron's kind of on a low amount of health. Let's just leave it at that, right? In comes the Vanillux. This is also a theme team my opponent is running to. I wonder if you can guess it. Leave below in the comments below. So I'm going to here buy a beat up. Now, let me explain this, right? An ice cream beating you up. That's like some bratty little kid, right? Has like 5 ice creams and just smashes them into your face, one after the other. Just bam, 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 like that. That would actually, I don't know, I feel like I'd get the ice cream and just chuck it back. Anyway, we've got the Inteleon coming here. This is the best Pokemon on my team. We've got Snipe Shot, Scale Shot, Mud Shot, Focus Energy. Max speed and max special attack there with the Naive Nature, right? I've got the Scope Lens as the item. Now, the problem about this is, right, the ice cream is going to go boom. If it is the Adamant set, I mean, even if it's not Adamant, it's still going to do a lot of damage to me. And Inteleon gets destroyed in one shot before it can even fire a shot. Bye-bye Inteleon there. Man, take a shot every time I say shot, right? Actually, don't do that. Like, take a shot of water, right? I'm not responsible for these things. Next Pokemon here is the Colossal. So firstly, the Inteleon was the signature for Snipe Shot. The next Pokemon is the signature for Tar Shot. Sadly, this Pokemon has no other shot moves apart from Tar Shot. So I had to make a fully sort of like entry has a support set. I ran it as max health and max defense. So we got a Barnacle here going for a Shell Smash. Now, I smelt that Shell Smash a mile away. Those shells on the beach, I could smell them, right? I'm actually kind of close to the beach, real talk. So I'm going to go for the Willow Miss here, and it doesn't miss. It lands, and the Barnacle is going to get burned. Now, I was a little bit worried this might be a special set, and I'm going to get just absolutely dominated by Bubble or something like that. But hopefully, they're going to be running a physical one. Now, I've got Tar Shot here. Tar Shot's a really cool move. What it does, right, it actually makes the opponent weaker to fire, like weaker to fire. So, say this Barnacle, for example, that actually resists fire 4 times. So, it's actually going to only be 2 times after that, which is really, really cool, right? So, go for Tar Shot. Also, it drops the opponent's speed by 1 stage. So, a very, very unique sort of move here, but very, very interesting. I kind of hope they add more moves like that into the game. I mean, they are, let's be real, they are situational, but they are cool to see in action, right? So I'm going to get taken out by a liquidation there. I think they just didn't go for a liquidation to start off with in case I had something like Endure and Steam Engine, as you've probably already seen that sort of set before, right? So we get the Binacle taking a little bit of damage there from the Will-O-Wisp there, and the next Pokemon to come in is Victini, another signature move here. So we got Searing Shot. Now, as you can see, I've got a Substitute, Searing Shot, Laser Focus, Workup set. Max Speed, Max Special Attack. Quite a few Special Attackers today. When you think about it, I think there's only one. I could be wrong. Actually, no. Magnet Bomb's a physical attack. So, sorry, not Magnet Bomb. Magnet Shot. So, we're going to go for a Searing Shot on the Zwelios coming in here. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but however, I get a burn, which is really, really cool there. I guess that's why they call it Searing Shot, get it? Anyway, I got to take a good shot at this, right? I've got Sub, Searing Shot, and Laser Focus. I really want to go for a Laser Focus, but I feel like this thing will still do a lot of damage with like a Hustle Crunch if it is going to go for that, right? So throwing up the Sub there, here comes a Crunch from the Zero now. So I'm like, okay, I got a plan, but it's actually not a bad plan. If I keep going for Substitute over and over and over and over again, right, my opponent hopefully should miss with a Hustle Crunch. And then I'll be able to go for a Laser Focus and then hit it with a Laser Focus Searing Shot. And I believe that'll definitely be enough to take it after the damage that Will-O-Wisp does to, a couple of turns why I keep summing up. So I've got my last turn here to go for the Substitute before things get too nasty. And Zwelios is around half health, so that's pretty good there, right? Throwing up my last Substitute here. Also, I want to actually point out that Victini has little wings on his spot. Anyway, back to the battle. We got a Crunch here. It's going to break my Sub, so they never missed it all. I don't know whether I'm just getting lucky or they had like an item to increase it, but I feel like this is definitely... I think it's got an Everlight on it. I'd say it has Everlight, max health, max stat. So go for a Searing Shot on the Zwelios. It is not enough to take it out, sadly, and it's going to land another Crunch there. Nice 4 crunches in a row with Hustle, right? When I've used Zwelios, I always miss a Crunch, but it is what it is, right, people? Victini is going to go down. I've only got 2 Pokemon left. It's an absolute disaster. Next Pokemon is Obstagoon here. Now, Obstagoon, this is actually one of the non-signature Pokemon. I've got this as Parting Shot, Mud Shot, Gunk Shot, and Protect. So it's got 3 of the moves too. So Intellion and Obstagoon shared having 3 of those moves. It would have been so easy if I had Smeargle in the game. I could have taught it all the moves I needed. I hope that, seriously, Smeargle should be back in the remakes, right? And then I can use it in all its glory again. I miss having Smeargle to be like the backup for when you don't have a Pokemon. Anyway, there I've got the Flame Orb and I've got Gunk Shot here with Guts, right? So I've got a Mud Shot, and I thought, let's drop this speed a little bit, right? And disrespect a little bit. So we got this Zwelios. It's going to take it out with a crit, and it's going to go down. So that's very, very good. Now, Binacle could be a problem, but I've got Mud Shot here. Now, the EVs I've got on opposite. We've got Max Speed and Max Stack. I've also got Naive Nature too. In comes 420. I could fire off a Gunk Shot, and if it's got a Scummy Sash, right, I should be able to poison. Then it pops into Endure. I'm like, okay, this could work, though. This could work, or it could be bad. Gunk Shot misses. Oh, I think that was kind of unlucky there for my opponent, because I believe they probably had something like a berry or a weakness policy. Something along those lines. They wanted me to put them on 1 health, right? Well, we got a phone call here. I'm just going to hang that up. Sorry. Anyway, back to the battle. I got a phone call. It sounded like the bells or something like that. I've actually never even heard that ringtone before. Anyway, so we got the Mud Shot here on the Clink. It's a bulky Everlight set. I wonder if that actually came up in the recording. It was really, really loud. It sounded like jingle bells, but it wasn't actually jingle bells. We've got a Gravity Clink, and, I've been around the block for long. I know what's going to come here. I know that a Zap Cannon is coming my way, right? So, when you look at my team, right, this is actually quite a good Pokemon to swap in once Victini has gone, as well as all my other Pokemon on my team. So, I could go for a Dynamax Obstagoon here, and believe it or not, I can't go for Gunk Shot, so I can go for Mud Shot with no special attack EVs whatsoever. I'm purely going off the base power of this move. Now, my opponent, I'm guessing, does have Everlight in this set, so I'm like, man, I don't even know how much this is going to... This is going to do nothing! So here comes a Max Quake on Obstagoon. I'm going to stick my tongue out there and do as much damage as humanly possible. Look at that. That's disgraceful. So at this stage, I'm almost wasting my Dynamax on this, but I've got no choice. I've got to do some damage. So there comes the Zap Cannon. It's a good thing that I'm burned so I won't get paralyzed, because that would have been really, really bad. It would, you know what, actually is a pretty Galaxy Brain set when you think of it, right? You can go max ooze with Gunk Shot and bolster the damage of this in Dynamax. But the problem is here, I can't do it because it's a dang steel type, right? So here comes a charge beam from this Kling. It's really grinding my gears, I gotta say. So I can go for one more against this and at least put it on a low amount of health. I just hope this doesn't have like rest or anything like that. If it's got rest, it's all over. This is my last shot, right? So instead of letting me do another Dynamax here, my opponent is going to go for their own Dynamax. It's going to be one big bunch of gears here. It's really starting to grind my gears. Now this, instead of attacking me, is going to go for a max guard, denying me of the little bit of extra damage that I could have got there. So that's very, very unfortunate. So all I can do is go for Mud Shot. Outside this, I can't do anything at all. And I've only got one more Pokemon. I've still got to beat a Barnacle, a Cherubi, and a Clink, alright? Sorry, a Clang. I'm getting my Clink Clangs mixed up. Swapping out Obscure, I need to save it for the Cherubi so I can go for a Gunk Shot. And I'm going to bring in Delmise. This is my 4th signature move. This set is pure scum. I can't wait to tell you all about it. So Max Lightning comes from the Cling. It does very, very little damage. This set is a Switcheroo Choice Scarf Delmise set. I've got Anchor Shot as the signature move, Spite, and my favorite healing move. So what you do, right? I was thinking about this for a bit. I was like, okay, if I go for Switcheroo, I can get rid of that Everlight. It won't be as bulky. Then I'll be able to hit it at least with Anchor Shot, and it'll be locked into one move. Then I could go for Spite over and over again. And I was kind of curious what this could actually do to me. Like, if it had any move, like any setup moves like Shift Gear, we wouldn't be able to use it, right? Because it's got a Choice Scarf. So here comes the Steel type move. I've got no idea what that was. Maybe, possibly Gear Grind or Flash Cannon. I'd say it would have been Flash Cannon because they had Zap Cannon. Unless they're running like a mix set, right? So the Electric Train is still on the field there. As you can see, it's sparking in the background. Now, I could go for a Spite. And I could go for an Anchor Shot, but I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go into my Obstagoon, right? I want to see what they're going to do here. I believe I can get some damage on there with Mud Shot. Zap Cannon is going to land, and my Obstagoon's going to get absolutely destroyed. I just didn't want to get paralyzed on my Delmise, right? And I thought I'd be okay swapping it in, but I wasn't okay. Down to Delmise now. I don't have at least I don't have a Choice Scarf. Here's my options. I can go for a healing move. Zap Cannon misses, thank goodness, and I can heal myself up. Now, there's still, when you look at it, there's a Barnacle left, there's a Cherubi left, and a Clang left. Like, things are not looking too good today. Now, I mean, I can go for I've got Anchor Shot, which will do good damage still. I've got Steelworker's ability. So, this is a max health, max defense set, and it's very, very tanky on the physical side, right? On the defensive side, right? So, unfortunately, the Zap Cannon is going to land, and it is going to paralyze me. Spite fails because that was their last Zap Cannon. You wouldn't read about it. Now my opponent is going to be forced to swap, or they're just going to keep it in and they don't want to, like, obviously have any damage on their last Pokemon, as you'll find out why. So I'm going to go for my favorite healing move again, and they're going to take themselves out with the struggle, which is awesome. So this set was all based around making the opponent struggle, and Anchor Shot, what you do, right? So this is how you run this set, right? This was kind of interesting. So firstly, you go for the Switcheroo, right? You give him a Choice Scarf. Then you go for Anchor Shot. You trap him in, and then you spam Spite and my favorite healing move, right? And it's just easy, right? Absolutely easy trapping and easy struggling. That's actually quite a nasty set. So we got the Delmise back to full health. The only bad thing is I'm paralyzed. Now in comes Cherubi. I'm like, what can this do? Maybe Sunny Day Weather Bolt? Then it pops a Healing Wish. I'm like, wait, that was actually a good play, right? Because that Barnacle, if you remember, is burned. So if it does Shell Smash again, it could potentially be able to do a lot of damage to me, right? And it's going to get it all the way back to full health. I've got no idea what the item is on this thing, but that was a nice little play there by the Cherubi Healing Wish. So I was like, okay, well, I can go for Anchor Shot here. That's still going to do a lot of damage. It should be a 2-hit KO. Even with the Everlight, it should do heaps, right? Now the Barnacle is going to go for a Shell Smash. I'm like, okay, well, that's game. I can take that in one shot now. Even with no attack EVs, this will easily take it out since it had that, defense drop, right? That's what I was thinking. Here comes the anchor shot from the Delmice, right? And now this is how good that Cherubi healing wish was. The damage that I did to it before, and then it healed itself up. It actually had a focus sash and it healed the burn. So the healing wish was perfect for the Binacle there. So now it's gonna go for the not the rock smash, the rock blast. They hits me 4 times. I do not get paralyzed, and I can take it out with the final anchor shot. And what a battle there! That was a crazy, crazy close battle there at the end. Hope you enjoyed the first battle, man. That's crazy with the Cherubi. Very nice play on the Cherubi there. Not only did they heal the burn, but they actually retained their focus sash, allowing them to get a further shell smash off, which is very, very nice. Let's get on to battle 2. This was against Kamari. I think this one was on my stream. And we got, I think we got a theme team here. We got a Gengar lead. Now this time we're going to start off with Colossal's lead, because I thought I might be able to make use of Stealth Rock, Spikes, all that sort of stuff. And normally I wouldn't use these moves too much, but as you can see, it doesn't really have a lot of move options outside of those. So Gengar is going to go for Hypnosis. It's going to put me to sleep. I'm like, okay, let's see what this Gengar set is, right? And then Gengar, right, it pops a nasty plot. Oh dear, like, who thought that was a good idea to give Gengar a nasty plot? Its special attack is really, really high. Its speed's really good. Like, it's a dangerous mon to give a nasty plot to, right? So it's going to be a Hypnosis Dream Eater set. I was running max health there, but I was like, man, that actually didn't really do a lot. So maybe they're running more bulk on this Gengar. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe they're not running anything to speed. They're running more bulk, right? Or nothing in special attack. They're relying on nasty plot. Regardless here, I'll get a Will-O-Wisp on the Gengar, and it's going to be Burn. Now, Gengar's going to go for another Hypnosis here. I was kind of hoping that they'd miss, and then I could go for maybe some entry hazards, but their Hypnosis is not going to Hypno miss. So I was like, okay, well, Colossal can't do a lot here. Maybe I should swap it out so they can't use Dream Eater consecutively. Like, that was the plan anyway. So swapping out my Colossal and going into Obstagoon. This way, right? If they went for a double Scumbag Hypnosis, it wouldn't work, right? Because I can get around it with my Flame Orb. So that's very, very good. And I should be able, you think I'd be able to get a swap here, right? Hopefully. That was the idea. Gengar's going to go for a Destimon, hoping I'll go for a Dark-type move. Now, that normally would have worked if I had a Dark-type move. But I've only got Mudshot, so it doesn't take it out. That was like the only time that Mudshot was a good move on Obstagoon. Like, if I went for a normal type move that would take it out, Obstagoon would have fainted to the Destimon, and it would have been like a GG there, a double KO. So now we got the Gengar swapping out here. They know that I've only got Mudshot, obviously. And the next Pokemon I got here to come out is going to be the Jolteon. This was pretty funny. So I went for Mudshot here. It does pretty good damage to Jolteon with no special attack EV, right? Now, Jolteon's going to get a speed drop. Then Jolteon, right, I had a Flame Orb, and then the Jolteon suddenly got burned. I was like, wait, this is a quick feed Jolteon. So after the drop in speed, it still outsped my max speed Obstagoon, which was pretty funny, right? Now they're going to have a boost in speed. I reckon they probably got Electro Ball, Quick Feet, something like that. And I went for the Gunk Shot, and finally Gunk Shot lands, and Jolteon is going to get demolished in one shot there. Jolteon's defenses are, they're really bad. It's pretty much a glass cannon on the defensive side. So we're taking out Jolteon. That's pretty good. Next fight got to come out here is another Obstagoon. So it's an Obstagoon versus Obstagoon. Now, don't ask me why I didn't have Obstruct on this set. I don't even know why this had Protect. I'm trying to cast my mind back to when I was actually doing this set, and I think it didn't have Obstruct, and I was like, oh, I'll just give it Protect, like, real quick. I was like, oh, I should have just given it Obstruct. So that's the story behind that. So what's going to happen, right, I'm going to miss, and now they're going to go for Facade, and it's going to take me out. So this thing is very, very scary with Facade in the Flame Orb. Like, it does huge, huge amounts of damage. So I need to deal with this swiftly, right? Now, going to Colossal, I was wondering what other moves they had outside of Facade, and now they're going to swap. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll wake up here. I might be able to get a Stealth Rock up. So I went for Tar Shot anyway, and it worked. And this is really cool, right? Like, you might not get to see this too often. So I went for the Tar Shot on the Keldeo, right? Now, that means Keldeo is weaker to fire moves. So that's going to mean that any fire moves there, Colossal got Shrek, by the way, any fire moves that are now used on Keldeo will actually be neutral instead of not very effective, which is really, really cool. So first thing I'm going to go and tell you here, right? I'm going to go for a Focus Energy. I thought I could live. I think it's just a fully physical set. That's what I'm hoping, right? Here comes this Sacred Sword. I know that I can live this. I don't live it that well. It's a 2-hit KO, and now I can go for a Scale Shot here, right? So I was hoping I could get maybe a really lucky Scale Shot, maybe 4 to 5 hits, and get some really nice crits there. So as you can see, it's doing really nicely, but I don't have any real attack EVs. I could have gone for Snipe Shot, but it would have probably done around the same amount. It might have done a wee bit more there, maybe a little bit more, but that's another story. So I'm going to get 5 crits there, which is beautiful, and my defense is going to get dropped there. Not that it really matters, and my speed is going to rise. So Intellion really didn't get too much, which is quite interesting. Intellion was the best Poké on my team, in my opinion, but out of both these battles, it got shreked like every single time. Here we go. Swapping in the Victini here, as I mentioned before. Searing Shot, as you can see, is effective. So it's actually neutral damage on a water-type Poké, which is really, really neat, right? Now, I thought about this for a second, like, well, I may as well just use Searing Shot. Here comes the Aqua Jet from the Keldeo. Obviously, my opponent thinking that they're going to faint very soon, and they might get some real quick damage in there, right? So go for the Searing Shot. It doesn't take it out, and it actually gets a burn, which is, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a second, this is free real estate, right? What I can do is I can go for a sub. I know that Aqua Jet will not break a sub, right? And I definitely knew they'd go for another Aqua Jet, right? Give me an opportunity to go for some. Now what I can do, right, the burn will take them out in the next turn, right? So I can go for a laser focus, which will guarantee the next hit is a crit there. That's what I'm thinking. The only thing I was worried about, maybe Gengar could come in and use Shadow Ball against me and take me out. So it was a good thing having that sub up there. I don't think I'd seen all of its moves. I think it had like Hypnosis, Dream Eater, and something else. I think there was one other move, like I did. Destiny Bomb. That was the other move. So I thought it must have some other attacking move. So it's going to come in. I thought it's either going to go for Destiny Bomb or it's going to go for a Shadow Ball, predicting me to go for a status move there. In the end, I thought they'd go for a different move than Destiny Bomb because obviously I already know they've got Destiny Bomb, and I went for attacking move. But there you go. I over-predicted a little bit there, and Gengar is going to faint my Victini. Like, I thought they'd go for something different there, but there you go. I take out the opposing Gengar with a crit. So even behind a sub 2, you are not protected from the Destiny Bomb. I've got 2 Poké left, and my opponent's got 3. So yeah, they got 3. So we got the Blaziken here. I'm going to go to Gastrodon. This is actually not a bad matchup in case Blaziken's got Hidden Power Grass. I really miss Hidden Powers. I really, really do, because they gave the extra sort of surprise for special attackers. Like, essentially, you could have the kind of coverage you wanted, you know? It makes me think, will we have Hidden Power back in the Diamond and Pearl remakes? Like, I really, really hope they do. Also, I will say one thing, too. We never got to see Unknown. Unknown's got to come back. Let's be real. Anyway, back to the battle there. Just a small little bit of thoughts on the remakes coming up in a couple of months. Go for Dynamax Gastrodon here. I've got the Sand up. It's time for Sand Force Gastrodon with a big Max Quake here. I'm thinking this should do some good damage to Blaziken. And let's say if it's got a Focus Sash or something like that, well, the Sand's going to take it out. So let's see what Blaziken is going to do here. It's going to be going for another Bulk Up. So that's the second Bulk Up it's going to do. Now, this would have been good if I was running a physical Gastrodon, but I'm not running a physical one. I'm running a special one. I mean, a lot of Gastrodons would probably have Earth Power here, but I've got Mudshot and still did the job, right? That is still going to take the Blaziken out, and it's also going to give me a +1 in special defense too, so making the Gastrodon even more bulkier. Not that it's super bulky because I'm running a sweeping one, but now it's going to be really, really bulky. Next Pokemon is the Obscune. They're going to go for Obstruct there, obviously stalling up my Dynamax. So I know that I won't take them out this turn. Next turn, however, you know, it's going to be a different story. I'm confident I could easily leave a Facade from the Obscune too. And let's say they go Dynamax here. I know that I can still live like attack from the Obscure with Dynamax too. Like, Facade is very, very powerful. Like, it'd probably be better if they just stayed in like non-Dynamax and went for Facade there because of that, you know, nice juicy base power. Here comes Facade, does a lot of damage there. Would have ended my Gastrodon in one move if I wasn't Dynamax. I'm going to go for my Mudshot again there in Dynamax, and that's enough to take out the Obstacle. So Mudshot, Sand Force, Timid Nature, Gastrodon. It's working very, very well. Like, look at it. It's working very smooth, just like that smooth rock. Now, the last Pokemon we got is the Lucario. So I've got another super effective move against this. I've also got String Shot too. They're either going to Dynamax this move, turn or not. They went for Endure. Instead of me attacking them, I actually went for String Shot. Now, that could have possibly been a weakness policy Lucario. I've got no idea. They're forced to go for another Endure, maybe to get their weakness policy strategy to work there. I fight off a Disrespect Mud Bomb, Mudshot, and that is going to take the Lucario. That, my friends, is the second battle there. Unfortunately, Lucario, I think it got beaten by String Shot. Only on PIMPNITE Shadow. Let's get on to... Wait, we don't have any more battles. Peace out, people.